So in California, they have prisoners that are out there fighting these wildfires that have claimed dozens of lives, millions, maybe it's upon billions of property damage. And I want to give my condolences out to those who have lost loved ones and lost property during these fires. Now we can get into, why these fires happen, what could have prevented them, but actually you can go watch what's his name, Antonio Moore from Antonio Moore from Tone Talks. He goes deep into this, especially when it comes to like the politics, the tax reasons, and all that kind of stuff. I mean, he always does that, and he breaks it down real well. Which I mean, he's telling the truth because you have to understand like the politics, the taxes, the money, all that kind of stuff to understand how this country is ran and understand how you can make changes if need be. But what we're going to do, we're going to talk about, like I say, these prisoners, and I got to remember they are prisoners, they are convicts. So, I mean, you have to take that in consideration and understand that this is the reason why they have the opportunity to go out here and fight these fires for little or nothing. But let's hit it. Tell me what you think about it.
Go rolling.
This is a group of wildland firefighters.
Going all the way up.
This is the main Palisades fire. So they're tasked with going up these steep hills and protecting these expensive houses from burning down. Thousands of firefighters have come from all around the country to battle the still raging Los Angeles fires.
That felt good. So we get
This crew came from a prison camp.
So these are inmates in the California penal system. These guys all volunteered to come out here. And this is a major labor force for California.
Now, it's funny he said volunteer because you gotta, man, you use it in context. I'm quite sure you go to a prison. I'm quite sure these guys don't want to sit in their cell 23 hours a day or in prison 24 hours a day. Can't get out, can't see the free world, can't really enjoy nature, can't enjoy anything. I think when you are incarcerated, hell, let me tell you like this, hell, even if you had a job, let's say you had a job for like hours at a time, 10, 12, I work like 14 hours a day probably. And you in the building for most of that time. When it's time to take a break, periodically throughout the day, I will go outside. I would just go out the front door and just stand there, like with the sun shining on me, the rays of sun, you know what I'm saying, inhaling as much natural air as I can, because they still got trees and grass around there. But I do that, like I say, throughout the day a few times just to, so just to reset. So you can imagine these guys are in prison, behind these walls for years, and then the warden or whoever comes around and say, "Hey, how would you guys like to go out and fight fires?" Like and they I guarantee a lot of them say, "Hey, I'll go," just to get out and just to do something different. It don't matter if it's free. It don't matter if you pay me 14, 10 cents an hour, a day, or whatever. Let me just, they just saying, let me just get out of here. Now, I know some of y'all are saying, but man, it's like hard labor and what if some of these guys are innocent? Well, I would think that innocent people wouldn't be out here fighting fires in prison. They would be fighting their case. Now, every now and then they might go and say, "Hey, you know what? I can't do nothing else. I'll go out there and kick it with y'all." But I mean, if they had the opportunity, I don't know. But I don't think too many innocent prisoners will get out here. I think these guys are just trying to, get some time shaved off and get out here and, get with nature, man. Do something to make them feel good. They probably have done some stuff, some egregious stuff in their life, and now they out here trying to do something, to help other people, which is commendable no matter what. I mean, they're still human beings. We all make mistakes, we all make choices, and we got to pay for them. And hopefully, eventually, some people will be like, I need to make a change in my life and do something different because, this ain't the life.
Around 1,600 incarcerated people work as firefighters in California, making up as much as 15% of the state firefighting force, CAL FIRE.
Now, again, like I say, you can go to, like I say, Tone Talk's video. He'll tell you, like, you have a shortage of firefighters, but a lot of that has to deal with or because of them cats in California don't pay a lot of taxes compared to what the valuation of the properties out there. So they're paying little to no taxes. So like us here, a lot of times we try to, as homeowners, we try to go to the tax office and and fight for our taxes not to be raised so much. Now, eventually they're gonna be raised, which I don't know what they're doing in California, because even out here we can dispute it and we can keep it down for what I'm saying, a little bit for a while. But they'll tell you eventually you're gonna have to end up paying more taxes no matter what you try to do. But the way it seems like it's set up in California, these cats got like multi-million-dollar houses and paying like $2,500 a year on taxes. Like, how in the hell you do that? But anyway, like I say, that's California. I don't know nothing about their system. Go watch somebody who does know about that, so you can dive deeper into it. But those taxes pay for your firefighters, your policemen, your ambulance, your roads, cleaning of this brush that, like I say, should have been cleaning. Hell, they probably should have had them out there cleaning brush before these fires hit, right? These prisoners, right? But anyway, that's what the taxes should have went to help prevent these fires. So prevention is better than having to repair. Well, they prepare instead of having to repair.
We work 24 on, 24 off. We won't be out of here till 6, 7 tomorrow morning. Kind of surreal. You know what I mean? This is
Okay. So regular firefighters in the free world work about the same, like 24 on, 24 off. I think out here, there's a guy told me that firefighters out here work like 48 on and 96 off. And that means they're like, in the station. These guys, I guess they probably out in the field like 24 hours, like some freaking slaves, but firefighters work like they in the station like for 48 hours. They on the clock. Boom. No matter what. Fire may come, fire may not come, but you there. But the way these guys doing labor, when they get back to prison, they're gonna be asleep and resting those 24 hours. Wherever they going, cause I'm sure, like I said, they working like 24 hours probably. They in doing this manual, walking up these hills and doing all this manual labor. Yeah, these cats are gonna be asleep them 24 hours and then gonna wake right back up and go back out. But I say it'd be harder on us free world people than them, because ain't like they got much to do anyway in prison. But like us, shoot, like on my off days, shoot, I'm doing everything because I'm working every other day. So when I get like 1 or 2 days off, boom, I'm, like I said, got so much to do around the house. Got to go do something. Got to take care of all kind of stuff, business bills. This year is just, it's rough, but I think yeah, that's what, yeah. So yeah, that 24 hours, 24 off, 24 on, 24 off, that's rough.
California history down here. I mean, we're in Hollywood. Better than being locked in a cell. We're basically free out here. Is the pay a little rough? I get $1 an hour right now, and I'm one of the highest paid guys on the crew.
Incarcerated firefighters get between $5 and $10 a day. When they're assigned to a fire, they earn an extra $1 an hour. By contrast, a firefighter hired by CAL FIRE to do similar work ends up earning about $350 for a 24-hour shift, not including overtime. But the bigger
You see this here, $358 versus $29.80. These are things that you have to teach your children. As adults, it may be a little harder for adults to really it's harder for adults to, when I say adults, like 18 to 30. If they wasn't like taught this was not indoctrinated in their mind, as when I say little, I mean like 3, 4, 5, 6, kindergarten, whatever. If this is not indoctrinated, stuff like this is not put into their head at that age, as they get older, they're not going to really understand it until it hits them. And what do I mean by that? You go out here and you do nothing. So you like hanging around the wrong people, committing crimes, just loitering, not going to school, doing, just doing stuff, trying to be cool and stuff. Don't do anything in your younger life to prepare for your adult life, and then you end up in a situation to where you have to do something that in the free world you wouldn't do, but you should have done. For instance, a lot of these youngsters go to the military. Let's say you got a high school, you don't have the money to go to college, or you don't have the money to even go to trade school. Don't want to take loans out. A lot of these schools are taking away a lot of these classes, these trade classes and stuff. But you don't have anything going for you outside of school, so your mind is like just going day by day. They can go to military. They can go apply to try to be an EMT or a firefighter. They be like, I'm not gonna do that. Hey, a matter of fact, you can even go to McDonald's. And a lot of times people, we downplay disparage a job at McDonald's. I get that. I see it, and they only make like $12, $14 down here in Texas. And that's for like a night manager. I'm like, man, that ain't nothing. You can't take care of yourself, let alone a family with that money. But then you got to think about it like this. Those jobs really were not created for grown folks. Those jobs were created for like young high school people or cats in college. But you think about this. If you can be a manager, and I even thought about this, like, man, you know what? If everything goes, and I'm talking about like right now, if everything goes well in my life, goes the way it is going, I mean, I got a plan and it's in motion. But if everything plays out the way I want it to play out, I would have no problem getting a weekend or a night job as a manager at McDonald's. And you know why? Because I'm gonna put this plan out. I'm gonna put this out there. Normally, you don't tell people what you're gonna do, but anyway, because if the opportunity ever came to franchise something, and I looked it up, some places that you need to franchise say you need to have like a couple of years of managerial experience in the restaurant industry, and they also want you to be able to have been over like maybe multiple stores. So you can imagine starting out, because you got to start somewhere, at a McDonald's being a manager. Because I know a guy who, back when I was a kid, he had maybe he was a manager like over maybe a couple of McDonald's at the time in the hood. Now this cat got hundreds up and down the highway in Texas, making, dude make multi-millionaire, older dude. And it's like, damn, and I'm talking like 20, 30 years ago when he had like a couple. Now, like I say, he got hundreds. He got hundreds of them. And it's like, well, not hundreds, but let's say dozens. Let's say that of McDonald's. And the dude, multi-millionaire, pillar of the community, outstanding citizen, got that respect for the people, from the people who matter. Those who pay taxes, those who take care of the world, those who got the influence as to how your life lives. So my thing is, you got to start somewhere. So I would say, tell a young kid, man, go work at a dang McDonald's and be a manager. If they hire for managerial jobs, do it. Especially if you're young, do it. Or if you ain't got no kids and you grown, do it. Do that and do something else. Because, hey, you're trying to move up, because eventually, maybe like in 10 years will come real fast. You could be owning your own restaurant. And then once you get one, now you'll get, once you get one, they're gonna want you to get more. And once you in the dough, you in the dough. But we don't think like that. So like I said, you got to teach this kind of stuff to kids when they're young, before they get in trouble like this. And now you working for $20, which is like almost $30 a day. If you're on higher level, what's this, level 4 prison, I guess. And compared to $358 a day. And what they say, let me see. They say they work on the average wage in California is 8 cents to 74 cents an hour. And that's in like for prisoners in California. You doing something that you swore you wouldn't do on the outside. You can go to EMT school, you go to firefighter, the firefighter class, or apply to be a firefighter. They put you in school, you take the training, and then you get a job. And now you're making $400 in 24 hours, and you work 2 days on, 3 days off, or 2 days on, 4 days off, or whatever. And you got it made, and you can use them days off to do other things that you want to do, like who knows, be a manager at McDonald's. I don't know. So you can try to get that money. See, that's but these are things you gotta. But y'all ain't trying to do that. Y'all ain't trying to do that. Y'all just trying to hang out and be cool and do dumb stuff and think the world owes you something, and you ain't contributed a doggone thing to it.
Draw is early release. Serving on a fire crew gets time shaved off your sentence and a chance to get your record expunged.
We're here for the opportunity to reduce our time. Anything I can do to go home a day or two earlier, I'm going to be there to do it.
Oh yeah, because they tired of being in that building. It says that for every 1 day that they be out here fighting these fires, they get 2 days shaved off their time. It ain't a lot, but it's something.
After a 24-hour shift and then a 24-hour rest, the crew is back at work. Now, the job changes from fighting fires to helping prevent them. This is the arduous work of just clearing this area and making sure it's safe and stopping the fires before they start. This is work that these guys do all year round. It doesn't just happen when there's wildfires.
We do this Monday through Friday. This is what we do every day, fire or not. When we talk to other groups and they're doing the same stuff we're doing, and we talk to them about how much you guys getting paid. Oh, well, we're getting paid $20 an hour, or we getting paid this much a day. You'd be like, dang. At the end of the month, we probably make like $100. Something that somebody probably making like half a day.
Kip Ford says his time on the fire crew has been an attempt at redemption. He's in prison after being convicted of construction fraud in the aftermath of the 2018 Camp Fire in Paradise, California, a verdict he's appealed.
I have a part of my past that I'm not 100% proud of. Well, I just hope that I have did all I can to right that wrong as best I could.
So real quick, so if let's say they work 5 days a week for a year, that's 260 days. They would get 520 days off their sentence, which is about what, a little over a year and a half, maybe 300, something like that. 360, yeah, like a year and a half or a year and 3/4 off their sentence. And I mean, that's not bad, especially if you got like a 10, 20-year sentence. You know what I'm saying? The sad part about this is they're gonna do all this work, be certified, job training, everything in prison. Then they're gonna get out and try to get a job at a fire station. And most likely they'll get turned down. And that's probably the hardest thing about this. And the disheartening, and then these guys end up right back where they're at because they won't get a chance out here in the free world. Nobody will provide them a chance in the free world, which, I mean, you're supposed to pay your debt to society, and then that's it. You pay your debt, then you go out there and you can go out there and make a living. So you won't have to go back and do that. Go back to prison. But a lot of times folks ain't giving them that chance, which is sad.
We were up there fighting them fires this year as a crew, as a team. The Park Fire, the Thompson Fire, the Apache Fire. But just to go to say, that's what do they say? It's karma. All I can do is move forward, and that's how I justify the day.
It's the gun line, boss. Now, what was I talking about? The gun line, boss. What? The gun line, boss. You talking about the gun? Oh yeah, we don't have here. I heard what he said. Camp David was you know what I'm saying? Let's say Camp David or whatever. We don't have fences. We have a gun line. You try to cross that line, you will get shot. That's basically what it is. They out here. This is the gun line. You go too far, hell, you might get burned up. I don't know what happened. If something happened to them and they die, get hurt out there in the field. Ain't like they got no insurance. Ain't like they got to make no payments. All they got to do is what? Bury them somewhere, put them in a freezer. Hell, probably even take their organs out, and then cremate the rest of them. But it is, hey, but it is what it is. But anyway, tell me what you think about this story. Leave your comments below, share it with the world. Let's have intelligent conversation. You know how we do around here. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Those 4 things cost you maybe a couple minutes of your day, but it means the world to us here. If you would like to support us financially, you can give super thanks, super chat, super stickers, and you can go to the description box below. There are links there you can click on and help support us there. With that being said, hey, don't forget to hit that shop button, man. It's got great products I know you will love. Got perfumes, colognes, beard oils, things of that nature, man. Check it out. Even some luxury silk items. Check it out. Not be disappointed. With that being said, I leave you in peace, and I'll see you on the other side.